I think that the difference between my first album and this album that I just released is it shows my writing abilities and how I've evolved as a songwriter and as a guitar player. And I think this album I really tried to look for different types of playing and different types of ways to write songs, and all the songs, they're all their own, but they all mesh well together, and they show different parts of me that I wanted to show in the album. So I think, and it's more rockin' than the first album. The first album was kind of traditional, which I really love too. But I think this one really shows that I'm looking to evolve my sound within the blues. Well, it's fun. Well, it's rock is adding a little a rock to it is really fun, and I think that's just what I connect with very well. And I feel like blues, why I connect with it so well, is because I feel like all the genres derive from blues. I feel like rock, of course, derives from blues, R&B, country, everything I think started with blues, and I think that's why I gravitate towards it so well. Oh, rock is so much fun. He just turned 74 and he's still like a badass. So
hey, 74 named Rock? Yeah, you got
yeah, he was originally he's based out of Houston, Texas, and that's where I recorded the majority of the album was in Houston. And he was originally with Dr. Rocket, and yeah, he's great. He's a great guitar player, great producer, great bass player, everything. He's awesome. I loved working with him, and I'm really looking at the album and like in the studio with him, and going back and forth, with what to do. So, and he really listens to me, which is great. When dealing in the studio, it's really great to for him to listen to what I want and listen to what he thinks should be in there. So it was really cool, and he kind of knows what I want too. So. For most of the album, we had it all laid down in Houston, and then I decided to add some guest players to the album. There was the first four locations was I did one with Lance. That's Bridges to Burn. He did the second track to the album that I wrote, and we recorded it in Foxtrot Studios in Shreveport, Louisiana. And he laid down his parts there, and it was really cool. He added a lot of harmonies to it and a lot of rhythm parts, which it made it sound really huge. He brought it to another level, which was really cool. And Gary, he did his part in Wazoo Studios in New Hampshire, I believe. And then my friend Eric did, Eric Steckel, he did the Hammond B3 on 3 of the tunes in Bullard, Texas at K.E. Bushman. So it was like a lot of, and at this time I was doing shows and doing the album too at the same time. So it was like do a show one day, then the next day go to the studio and do the album, do the show one day in the next studio. So it was really, really cool to do my shows and then go to the studio, so still fresh off of that, and do that. So. Steve. He's an amazing harmonica player. He's on 2 of the tracks on the album. He's on Backwater Blues, and he's on He Caught the Katy. I love Backwater Blues. Yeah, he's just a great harmonica player, and again, he really listened to what I wanted for the album, and he's a great guy. Yes, Elijah Owings and Bobby Wallace. So, we've been together for probably, this setup was probably around 2.5 years, and I met Elijah in high school. He was a senior when I was a freshman, and we were in orchestra together, and he played the bass and the stand-up bass, and I played the cello. So that's where we met, and I met Bobby on Craigslist. So that's where we met, and it's just been really great. I really love them. They're not just my bandmates. I feel like they're like my family, my brothers. So, and it's been really fun traveling with them, going from place to place with them. They're really great. They work really hard, and they're dedicated, and they're great. They're great musicians. So there's nothing more I could ask for from them. So. I just wanted to try it one day to see if I could play it. And at first I did. I played country and pop stuff. That's what I started to play. And then I heard like Stevie Ray Vaughan, one of his main songs like Pride and Joy, Texas Flood, something like that. And I really loved it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want to learn how to do this. And so I just picked it up, and here I am now.